Good morning, hello, and welcome to the MollyKleinDesign Podcast. This is episode 8. Thank you to everyone who is returning and anyone who's coming to watch for the first time. My name is Molly. You can find me as MollyKleinDesign on all the social medias, as well as MollyKleinDesign, which is my Etsy shop, where I sell project bags and hand-dyed yarns. Today is Saturday, June 30th, 2018. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I got all my Saturday morning chores done around the house, and I decided that it would be nice to sit down and chat with you guys about what I've been working on. So this morning I am just drinking some regular coffee with some Cinnabon cinnamon roll creamer, which is amazing, and this is my new Phoenix mug from my husband's aunt Shirley, who lives in Phoenix. The whole family was out last weekend for a big wedding. My husband's cousin got married, so all the aunts and uncles and cousins and everyone around the country came, and it was a really nice time, and a few people surprised me with mugs knowing that I collected them, so I thought that was really fun. So as usual, I apologize for the absence. I think it's been about 2 months since I recorded last. I don't know what to say. I'm not a regular podcaster. I just pop on here when I have a few things to show, and I've been working a lot between the shop, and I've been working with a lot of yarn shops around the country doing wholesale orders for them to carry my yarns and bags in their shops, and I've been helping family an awful lot lately, so time flies when you're having fun, apparently, and when you're super busy. So like I always say in every podcast, I will try to podcast more. It's just life gets in the way sometimes. I love watching podcasts, and when my favorite podcasters podcast weekly or bi-weekly, I get so excited to watch them, but I just can't seem to find the time myself as much as I'd like to. But such is life. If I podcast once a month, every other week, it's never going to be regular, so whenever I podcast, it's going to be a bit of a surprise. So with that, let's see, I'm trying to think what I've been up to. Just a lot of work, working about 5-6 days a week in my shop, trying to always take Sundays off to spend with my husband, because he's been gone Monday morning through Friday or Saturday every week for the past 2 months. So he's been working out of town, few hours away sometimes. We live in, if I didn't say so, and if you don't know, I live in Indiana, right outside Indianapolis, with my wonderful husband Ray and our precious little Beagle Basset Hound adopted precious baby girl Pearl. So yeah, we are right here outside of Indianapolis, and my husband has been working a lot in upper Indiana, where we're from. We're from the Chicagoland area. So he's been working up there, and he's been working in Michigan, and he's been working in Kentucky, and all over the place. So I've just been, instead of, wallowing about like I wish I could, I've just been throwing myself into work, and the weeks have been seeming to go by a lot quicker if I just keep working, keep chugging along. Hopefully this out of town stuff will end soon. He's a road construction worker, and it's been hard on both of us because we miss each other like crazy, but such is life, and hopefully these jobs will dwindle down soon as the season keeps on going. So other than that, I'm going to have a shorter episode today. Just basically wanted to hop on here and show you what I've been working on, and a couple of my new designs that I recently released, some new colorways for the shop, and yeah, just to say hi. Okay, so finished objects. So the first finished object I want to show you is my newest design release on Ravelry. I released it last week, and thank you so much for all of your outpouring and love of my designs. Designing is pretty new to me. I've only been designing for about 8 months now, and I've been having an absolute blast. So thank you so much for your support and love of my designs. I love seeing you guys stitch them up. It's just so exciting to me. So here is By the Sea shawl, Down by the Sea shawl. And it is a large faded shawl to mimic the waves crashing into the beach. So, it's a garter stitch shawl. This is actually unblocked, and it is bigger than my wingspan unblocked. So I haven't blocked mine yet. I honestly don't think I'm going to, because when I wear it now, the tip of it hits past my belly button. So I don't think, if I block it, it'll probably go down to my knees. So I just don't think I'm going to block it. I might, but something that I suggested in the pattern and something that I'm probably going to do is add tassels, because this is such a summery beachy shawl, and I think tassels would look so cute on this. So the colorways I used, I started with Coast, and I faded into Barnacle, which is this gorgeous light aqua color, and I ended with this peachy color called Dune. So all are beachy colorways, super summery. The kits are available right now in my shop, so if you head on over to the MollyKleinDesign Etsy shop, there is a link there to purchase a dye to order Down by the Sea shawl kit. So you can make this for yourself. And so it's a 3-skein shawl. I do have approximately 20 grams of each colorway left, so I'm probably going to make another fun faded project with it. But I absolutely love how it turned out. I am a huge beach lover. The reason that I was thinking about the shawl was most of my shawls are, or most of my patterns that I've been coming up with recently, like Mondays at the Library, the Michigan Avenue, and now Down by the Sea shawl, is when I was growing up, we spent a lot of time at the beach. Obviously it wasn't the sea because it was the Indiana Dunes, but that just didn't roll off the tongue as well. But I've been naming my patterns after memories, so just as I do most of my colorways. So we spent a lot of time at the Indiana Dunes growing up, and now, since we live so central in Indiana, we're right outside of Indy, it's probably a 3-hour drive to go to Indiana Dunes, which I hope we still make it out this year because I truly miss going to the dunes every summer. So yeah, this is my newest shawl, and I hope you guys love it. It's super wearable, and of course, you don't have to use summery colors. You don't have to use a beach palette. Make it in pinks or purples or blues or a mixture of colors, all neutrals, grays. I mean, you could use any 3 colors to melt and it would just be gorgeous. So you can find that pattern on Ravelry. The next finished object I have is also a new design, which is also available on Ravelry. I gave you a sneak peek of it last podcast. It is the fingering weight version of the Michigan Avenue wrap. And here it is. Fun tassel. So this pattern is available in DK weight as well as fingering. So super versatile, whichever one you would prefer. I know a lot of us have a lot of single skeins of sock yarn, so this is a really good pattern for something like that. I love the arrow design to it, and super wearable too. So I did block this, but I didn't aggressively block it as much as I did my DK weight version. So it does grow. I just wanted more of a thicker scarf for this one. But I'm definitely thinking and considering about making a few of these for gifts because they're such a mindless knit. They're so much fun, and they use, again, 3 skeins of fingering yarn. So these are all Sweet Tea Yarns Molly Klein Design colorways as well. The blue is Dad's Worn Denim. The peach is Peaches and Cream, which is one of my absolute favorite colorways. It's just like the perfect peach. And the brown is Mama's Coffee. Super fun, mindless knit, perfect for a fur shawl. Perfect to take traveling. It's just so much fun. So those are my 2 latest patterns available on Ravelry. Like I said, this is the Fingering Michigan Avenue wrap, and the other one is done by the Sea Shawl. I have one more pattern, which is a baby pattern. That one is ready to publish. I'm probably going to publish it next week. And I have a few more designs coming within the next month or so. So keep an eye out on Instagram. That is the first place where I post everything for my shop, for Ravelry, for my patterns, for the podcast, everything I put and post on Instagram. So that is the place to follow, to be informed, and all the new things going on. All right, so most of my finished objects within the past, since I podcasted last, were dishcloths and gifts. So like we just went to that wedding, I made some Batman dishcloths because it was a Batman themed wedding, though it really wasn't. There was a few things here and there, but it wasn't like, I thought it was gonna be like a, you know, kid's birthday party, but it wasn't. It was done very tastefully and all in yellow. It was really pretty. So I made dishcloths for that. I made dishcloths for my mom's birthday, a few dishcloth sets for friends. So that has been most of my finished objects, and they are no longer with me because as soon as I finish one, I give it away. So I know that the Yarn Hoarder Dishcloth Challenge, you're supposed to keep them all and give them as Christmas gifts, but I am too anxious and I just give them as soon as they're done. So hopefully I will start a stack of Christmas dishcloths soon, because within the next month I have decided that I'm going to start my Christmas gift knits. So my next finished object is actually a crocheted one, and it is a doily. So this is a pineapple doily, and I just knew I wanted a few doilies around the house, and I do have the size 10 mercerized cotton thread that you use to make doilies usually, but it's packed away somewhere because I know I'm not going to use it that often, so it's not with my usual. I have cubes where I keep all my yarn and my hand-dyed yarn and my cotton yarn and my acrylic yarn, and I know that the mercerized cotton isn't going to be used, not even every year. So I packed that away, and I decided that I wanted to see what a a doily made out of indie dyed yarn would look like. And I am super happy with the results. So this is Creme Brulee by the Yarn at Home Mom, and the pattern is from my crochet book Pineapple Bedroom. But I looked on Ravelry and they do have very similar doily patterns to this. So yeah, this is just called Crochet Pineapple Bedroom, 12 exquisite pineapple designs to create a romantic setting for your bedroom. Ooh. So this I've made many times. I've had this book since I was 15, so I've had it for 10 years, and it's even earmarked, and I have marks on it. I've made this several times, but always out of doily thread. So this is actually the top doily of a trinket box, but of course I wasn't going to make that. This is very 90s. But I did love the doily design on the top of the box, and pineapple designs in general are very, very easy. So once you get to about the base of the pineapple, which is right here, you don't even need to look at the pattern because it's very self-explanatory the pattern basically tells you what to do next. So I just used a size B crochet hook, regular hand-dyed regular hand-dyed fingering yarn. And I did block it, so it did open up quite a bit. So this is, I mean, I just love this. This is adorable. I'm really considering making a few of these for gifts. And they're so much fun because they're a little bit plumper and there's more definition because of the speckles. I just love the way hand-dyed yarn looks in crochet because it's completely different than when you knit with it. So yeah, very fun. And this, I did this while we were watching television in the evening. It took me about an hour and a half. So very quick gift knit as well. Alright, that is all of the finished objects that I have right now. And now let's talk about works in progress. So my first work in progress is in a bag that I made with this really pretty botanical print. They will be coming to the shop very soon. They're already interfaced and cut out, and that way you guys can have a little botanical sock sack of your own. So I am working on a pair of socks. It is in the Knit Picks Felici Dark Side colorway. And I already have one tube completely done. So I knit from the top down. These are for my father-in-law. He is a huge Pink Floyd fan, and that's what this sock reminds me of. So I cast on 64 stitches on a size 0 ChowGoo 9-inch circular and worked a 2x2 rib and just basically went all the way down until I hit the black for the 4th time. So I thought that would be definitely enough to cut in a heel right around the purple stripe. I'm going to have to measure my husband's feet because they are the same shoe size. And keeping me company on this project is my little pot sticker, and that is from Charmed and Dangerous. I'm going to put her Etsy name right here so you guys can check her out. She's got honestly the cutest polymer clay progress keepers, and she makes earrings, and I mean she can take any of these charms and make whatever you'd like, and they are, I love any of these kawaii faces and they are just perfection. She is an amazing artist. Super sweet woman too. So the first one is completely done, and I just started on the second one. So I just cast on, worked a little bit of the rib. Once the purple is done, I'm going to just continue and stockinette it. So that will be perfect for my Christmas box because he will get a pair of hand knit socks, and it's also perfect for So Sweet Violet, Jules, and Little Tailoress Amy are doing the rainbow along. So check it out on Instagram, but they are doing a rainbow knit along, crochet along, make along, and you have to use 5 colors at least. And there's not many rules, but you can have whips and basically make anything in a rainbow theme. So I will hopefully finish these in time so I can enter it in their finished objects thread. So that is whip number 1, and that's what's been getting most of my attention lately. Okay, so whip number 2 is my pastel crochet rectangle granny blanket. And it is getting pretty massive. So basically this, I just started off chaining and putting some 3 double crochet clusters around and increasing in every corner, just like you would a granny square, but you start off as a rectangle. So this is going to be for our bed, or at least on the bottom of the bed, and it's all sock yarn scraps. A lot of it is Sweet Tea yarns. I've got Homespun House in here, a lot of Yarn at Home Mom, Lemonade Shop, Hue Loco, anything pretty and pastel gets put in this blanket. And I'm just loving how it's turning out. So with this, again, it's just all scraps, and I am using an E crochet hook. And it's coming along pretty well. Of course, the rounds are getting longer and longer now, but hopefully this could be done by the end of the year so I can cast on another one, because I love this project so much. And I have started a little pile of neutrals and like earthy tones, so I'm going to make another one in all those colors. I'm running out of pastel minis. That's the only thing that's keeping me held back a little bit, so maybe I'll dye up some, maybe I'll do a couple mini skein swaps for anyone that likes like darker colors, and I could swap them for pastels. But a lot of these I've been using have been from the Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted that was on Instagram in November. So they all went in here, so thank you again anyone that shared their pastel minis with me and granted my pastel mini wish. So the last work in progress I'm going to share with you today is actually a cross stitch project. So, whoop, there's the needle. I am working on the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Sweetest Pie pattern. So far I've done the key lime pie and the pumpkin pie, and I'm working on cookies and cream. This has been slow going only because it's not very portable. When we go visit family up in Chicago, I like to take a project that's portable and that when my husband's driving I can work on. I've tried and stabbed myself several times, so no more cross stitch in the car. Also, it's really hard to read basically a color by number chart while in the car, but I'm loving how this is working up. It is so cute. They have about 7 or 8 other cross stitch patterns I really want to make, but this one I've been working on for about 4 months, so I'm not too quick at it apparently. But cross stitch was honestly one of my first loves in the craft world, so it's fun to work on this and make their little faces. And I think up here is the cherry pie that I'm going to work on next. But hopefully next time on podcast I'll have at least the cookies and cream and one other little pie slice done, because they are so cute. And cross stitch is a great summertime project because when it's over 100 degrees as it is right now, you really don't want like the big crochet blanket on you or a big shawl or sweater project, so something a little like this is nice to work on. And I am housing this in a really pretty batik bag that my friend Cindy, Miss Cozy Couch, made me. And it's the perfect size to hold the Q-snap frame. Alright, so that is all of my finished objects and my whips. I am planning on casting on the Madewell sweater and the Zweig within the next couple weeks. Maybe just one, maybe both, I'm not sure yet, but I'm excited to start a new sweater. I did decide to rip out my faded flax that was all in pretty peach tones. It just was not working for me, so I knew I was never going to wear it. And yes, I worked on it for months, but if you're not going to wear what you're working on, there's really no point to continue on with it, and you can use the yarn in something else. So it is all in a bag, and when I decide to frog it, I'm going to wash the yarn, and so it'll relax and put it away for another project soon. Alright, so now I'm going to go on acquisitions. I honestly don't remember everything that I've purchased or received since I podcasted last. I haven't been shopping a lot or anything like that, but I just don't remember everything. Everything that people have sent me or I've purchased, I've put away. So I grabbed a couple things that I think you haven't seen, so hopefully we won't have any repeats. But I did participate in the latest round of Fiber Share. If you don't know what Fiber Share is, check it out on Instagram. It is a wonderful swap organized by the Fiber Share team, and they hook you up with somebody to send to, and they fix you up with somebody that's going to send to you. So the person you send to isn't the person that you're going to be receiving from, so it's kind of fun. So the first thing that I was sent in my Fiber Share package was this Swans Island Natural Colors collection. It's fingering weight, 100 grams, 525 yards, and in the colorway Oyster. So this is a really pretty neutral. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it yet, but I think it would be pretty in something color work. It's a really pretty neutral color. She also sent me this really pretty fingering, or maybe it's even lace weight, it's super thin, single ply yarn in this really light lavender color with a million different color speckles. So that is really pretty. I'm thinking that this would make a beautiful cowl because it's so silky soft. She sent me a few other things, but again, I put everything away, so those are the yarny goodies that she sent. I purchased some D-Stash on Ravelry. I've been looking for this colorway, and when I saw it at the store, we went to the Simply Socks Yarn Co. And when I saw it at the store, it just wasn't the colors that I've been seeing online. Hedgehog Fibers generally does vary from skein to skein greatly. So I was looking at this and I decided not to get it in the store because it just was not this beautiful and bright. It was more like a dark orange instead of this like blood orange color. It's really pretty. But I was lucky enough to find it on D-Stash the next week. So it's just some Hedgehog Fibers, 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 400 meters. And I just love that bright summery color. I just love anything. Peach is of course my favorite, but anything like peach and orangey and reds right now for some reason. I'm really getting into this like orangey red color. Just love it. So I honestly have no idea what I'm going to make with this, but it is so pretty. While I was at the Simply Sock Yarn anniversary sale, I did purchase this kimono sock yarn, and I just love those bright pops of color, that especially. So I was thinking that these might go together, but maybe not. I'm not sure yet. And I think that I'd rather put each of these with a tonal to let these colors shine. So I might dye up, like this would be really pretty with the aqua. This would be really pretty with that punch of pink. So we shall see. But I'm a huge fan of Hedgehog Fibers, and I honestly, besides minis, I haven't worked with it yet because I've been saving them, but I really think I should because they're just so pretty. And I mean, I can dye speckles, but how can you dye like a million different speckles in there? It's just insane. Their dyeing technique is incredible. Right, and while I was at the Simply Socks Yarn Co. anniversary sale, I was with the Knit for Brains girls and we met up with Honeybee Knits, and she gifted me this one-of-a-kind DK skein. So this might make a really cute hat for one of my nieces because it's such bright colors. I think they'd enjoy that. I also did a swap with Knitting Left. She and her husband make amazing sock blockers, and I was so touched because we were talking back and forth and they actually designed sock blockers with my logo. So it's just little mason jars all the way down, and it says Sweet Tea Yarns in the font that I use for everything, and it has a little lemon on top, which is just so cute. I really wish I had some socks to put on here finished so she could see how much I love these, but I don't. Hopefully I will have those Knit Picks ones done soon and I could take a picture with these gorgeous sock blockers. And the craftsmanship is just amazing. I have seen wooden sock blockers several times, like when we went to Stitches Midwest, and a few other times I've seen them in person. And I never purchased them. I thought they were too thick or too heavy, but these are perfect. So now I have my wire set, which I love, and these are incredible. These are so beautiful. They are hanging up in my sewing room. Look at how cute. Anything with a jar, I swear. So cute. And my last stash acquisition is actually some fabric. I purchased it the other day when we were at Hobby Lobby. My mom and I were shopping there for furniture and things like that, and they had this apparel fabric. It's botanical. Leaves, nature, I just love it. So this very much reminds me of Mad Men, 50s and 60s. So I really want to make a dress out of this, so I bought 3 yards, which is probably overkill, but just in case I want to make a really gathered skirt. I love this, and it's a slippery, like chambray fabric, so it's super soft but very slick. I'm definitely going to have to ask Amy of Little Tailoress some tips on this because she is amazing at sewing garments and everything she makes blows me away, and I really can't wait to get going on this. So as you can see, I've been having a theme here. I just love this. So hopefully within the next few weeks, I will have a time to do some selfish sewing and either whip up a dress, or I was thinking maybe like a kimono type thing. I'm not sure. It was too pretty to pass up. So I got 3 yards, and now I just need a pattern and probably some finer needles because all my needles are for sewing project bags and zippers and canvas, and nothing super thin like this. All right, so that is all my acquisitions. So all I have left to show you is shop stuff. So you can find my shop as MollyKleinDesign, all one word, on Etsy, or just hop on my Instagram and click the link in my bio and it'll take you right there. So some of the new things, we had a shop update yesterday, and here are some of the new things and some of the things from the last shop update. So we've got this really cute teacup and birds medium project bag, this Pooh Bear project bag, this owl sweater size bag with the canvas bottom, and it's got this really pretty inside. You can see that. And it's mate, so we've got it in white and blue. And I just adore those little owl faces. And this one also has a really pretty inside. These are super sturdy bags with the canvas bottom. And all my sweater bags are interfaced with a really thick interfacing. You could still crumple them down into a bag if you need to, but they stand up on their own and they're very durable and sturdy. And I only have one of these left. This is the Gothic Forest, and I love the little ghosts. And the best thing about this bag is the inside. Look how fun. So we got one of those left. We've got some pink fairies and purple fairies. So again, same fabric, 2 different colors. And we've got a few sock blanks left. So we've got this Electric Avenue sock blank, which is a really pretty minty green with a lot of purple speckles. This would knit up gorgeous into a pair of socks or shawl or anything that you would like. We've got a grape soda sock blank. And some of the colorways that are in the shop right now are Livin' La Vida Loca, which who doesn't love that Ricky Martin song? James and the Giant Peach. This is Lavender Earl Grey, and this is the colorway that will be my next sweater. So it is a super light lavender with gray, black, and brown speckles. We've got Make Me Blush, which is a really pretty light pink tonal. And we've got Coast, no, this isn't Coast, this is Barnacle. But we've got Barnacle on several bases in the shop. This is it on the sparkle base, and this was used in my Down by the Sea shawl. We've got Let's Do Brunch, which is a gorgeous colorway with blush pink and green and brown speckles. You've got Rizzo, and this is to celebrate the Chicago Cubs or Independence Day, whatever you would like. But we are huge Cubs fans in this family, and Rizzo just had to be a colorway because he's my favorite player. Lavender Rose on Sparkle. Cotton Candy on Sparkle. Strangers in the Night, which is beautiful gray color with blue and black speckles. This is a great colorway for men's socks or men's hat or just anybody. It's just a really pretty colorway. Pickle Rick, because we love Rick and Morty. And I created a Rick and Morty mini skein set, which I believe there's only one set left in the shop. And several people requested I made a Pickle Rick colorway on its own, so I did, and I love how it turned out. And it's a tonal green, but there's a lot of interest going on. There's a lot of speckles, a lot of splashes of color there. And I think this is my favorite colorway that I have ever dyed, honestly. And this is Sandcastles. It's this orangey peach color with orange and aqua speckles and some yellow speckles, and it's just so summery. Alright, so that is all of the regular items for my update. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, July 1st, all the dyers that are participants of the Countess Ablaze Tits Out Collective. You can find out more about it on the Countess Ablaze website and Instagram page, but basically you use colorways that she suggested in her original yarn, and you create a colorway of your very own, and $5 or more of each skein goes to a charity of your choice. So I chose the ASPCA because we are huge animal lovers, and we have supported the ASPCA and local humane societies my entire life. We've always raised money for them and gathered toys and treats and dog food and cat food and everything like that. Every winter we do that, and we've just continued doing that for many years. So if I ever have anything in my shop to go to a charity of my choice, it's going to be the ASPCA or a local humane society, because I have a huge spot in my heart for animals. That being said, here is the colorway that will be available in my shop, and it will be available already dyed skeins, and as soon as those sell out, I will do pre-orders. I will leave the pre-order slot open for probably a week, and then I will start dyeing those. So the pre-orders will be available on Sparkle and Fingering Sock, and here's the colorway. So this is, I am so happy how this turned out. So we've got fuchsia and yellow and some green, lots of pink, peach, orange. It's just so many colors are going on here. And I hope you love this colorway as much as I do. And when you purchase it, know that together we are donating to the homeless cats and dogs, and that makes my heart so happy. And not only are you doing something for a good cause and donating for animals, you are also getting some gorgeous yarn in return. So win-win all around. I am also, with the whole Tits Out Collective, I not only did a colorway, I also sewed up some bags. So $5 from the purchase of these bags as well is going to the ASPCA. So of course I had to do bras. This fabric I have been hoarding for years. It's just, I love it so much, and it's so fun. And this, if it had to be used for anything, it had to be used for a good cause. And I think this is the best thing that could have happened, was this whole collective going on, fun bra fabric, charity. It's just makes my heart so happy. But there's only going to be 6 of each of these available. So we're going to have bras and undies. And so there's only going to be 6 because this fabric you can no longer purchase. It's discontinued fabric, but I only had a bit of each. So there will be 6 bras and 6 undies project bags in the shop on Sunday. And once these are gone, they're gone. I'm not going to put pre-orders up for the bags. I'm only going to put pre-orders up for the yarn. So thank you so much for your support of not only my shop, but the Tits Out Collective as well as the ASPCA. So general chatter, it is, I still can't believe it's almost July. So tomorrow is July 1st. This summer has been going by so fast. My husband and I celebrated our 3-year wedding anniversary on June 11th. We celebrated because my husband was going to be out of town for June 12th, our actual anniversary. So we celebrated, we went out to a nice dinner, and he got me this necklace, and which is a rose gold. I've been super into anything rose gold lately, but it's a rose gold moon. And anybody who watches This Is Us, I love that show so much. I've always been a huge Mandy Moore fan, but Jack gave his wife this little gold moon, and I just, when I saw it, I just freaked out and I needed one. So that is what I got for anniversary, and I got him a really cool, huge toolbox thing, workbench, craftsman. I'm not a tool person. I grew up in a family where my grandpa had a million tools, my dad had a million tools, my dad had his own welding shop, and I still don't know what half these things are called. Anyway, this big like workbench tool thing and on wheels, and he was just head over heels. So that was fun. And then last weekend we went to the wedding up north in Chicago, and that was gorgeous. We saw so many friends and family, and we danced our butts off, and the food was amazing. 2 days ago, 4 of our nieces and nephews came down to visit us, and we took them all to the water park. And my husband was home. He had to work the next night, so he got about an hour of sleep. And we took all the kids to the water park, and we came back. We had a big cookout, and it was so much fun. So we've been enjoying the summer when we can. With my husband on as much as he is, it's been kind of hard to do and fit in everything that we've been wanting to, but we've been making the most of it. Hopefully within the next couple weeks, our friends just purchased a house out in Michigan City, and there's a beautiful beach in Michigan City. We actually used to live there. That was my first apartment, was about a mile off of the beach of Michigan City, and it was like a 390 square feet apartment, 1 bedroom, the tiniest little place ever, but it was so much fun because that summer we were at the beach almost every day. So that's about 2.5 hours from us now, but we're gonna go visit our friends and see their new house and go to the beach, and we're hopefully going to go to the Indianapolis Zoo because I haven't been since I was like 5. So we've got some plans. Oh, also for our anniversary, my husband gifted me some Goo Goo Dolls tickets, which is one of my very favorite bands. So we're going to go see them in Indianapolis in October. And then November, I purchased 98 Degrees tickets, which I am, oh my God, I'm such a fangirl. I already ordered a shirt. I'm so excited to see 98 Degrees. I have been a fan of theirs since I was literally like 5 years old. So my sister and I are going to go to that in November. And I'm trying to think of what else we have planned. We really want to go to the Wisconsin Dells this summer, but I don't know if that's going to work out because we need to drop Pearl off at one of the parents' houses, and Pearl is super, super attached. So if I'm not in the room, she just is like the saddest dog ever. It's funny because when we were up north for the wedding last weekend, I had to leave and go take my mother-in-law, and we had to go get a couple things, and Pearl just sat by the door and whined the whole time. So if we're going to be gone for a weekend, I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, she needs to know that we'll always come back for her, and we love her more than anything. So it's just something to think about. But I haven't been to the Dells since I was about 5, and Ray has never been to the Dells. So I think that would be a really fun little weekend away, because since we went to Daytona 3 years ago and the cruise last December, we really want to go do something else, but I really don't want to go on a plane again. I take my Dramamine and it's fine, but I just feel so groggy and gross with the Dramamine, and if I don't take the Dramamine, I feel super nauseous. So wherever we go for our next little like getaway or little vacation, we're thinking either Nashville or Wisconsin Dells or maybe Cedar Point. It just has to be driving distance, or maybe even just a weekend in downtown Chicago, because I miss Chicago a lot. Living here, I still miss Chicago, but I love living here. I know it's weird. Alright, I think that is everything for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this quick impromptu episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you if you liked the video. Also, be sure to check out my Etsy shop, MollyKleinDesign, my Ravelry patterns, as well as me on Instagram. See what I'm up to and shoot me a message. I'd love to get back to you. You guys have a great summer, enjoy the beautiful sunshine, or enjoy those rainy summer days where you get to stay in and knit and watch TV, because those are great too. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!